Good day. Welcome to another episode of I'm a Gents podcast. I'm your host, Captain P, with my fellow brothers here, Tinas and Joe. And welcome to another episode, another week in this month of December. The year is almost over. A couple of weeks away from Christmas, 13 days from Christmas. Are you guys getting ready? All your Christmas presents, the Christmas celebrations, the Christmas chicken, Christmas coleslaw from back home, the rice, or whatever you have, your turkey or prawns.
You just had to put in the coleslaw.
We're here for a couple of more weeks too before Christmas. But let's get into it. Let's get started. You know the drill. We always have fun, have some informative discussions. Joe, Tinas, how's it been everything the last couple of weeks?
No, I've been busy, man, doing some Christmas shopping.
A
lot of
busy.
marmalade jam and and butter.
Lots of marmalade, jam, and butter. As they say, that's the tradition. You start with your bread in the morning, your tea, and you move into the chicken and rice. It's a day of eating. So for the next 2 weeks, if you want to do lots of intermittent fasting, start it now so that you leave space for hectic feasting on Christmas Day.
Don't forget the fat cook or amagwinya.
Amagwinya and the fat cooks. All right, so let's delve into our usual topics. You know how we roll here. We always like to talk about a few things in terms of sports, news, and what's happening. So obviously we'll start with the world's famous league, which is the Premier League. There's my man at the bottom there, Joe. He's got a big smile. Liverpool is now sitting at the top of the table. After Man United resoundingly beat Tina's Chelsea, we brought one of the worst performances ever. I remember sleeping at 3 a.m. talking to my mates on this other group chat, and everyone was just like, man, our team is bloody horrible.
I still have the same sentiments, bro. But I think at this point we're even worse.
I think the teams, both Chelsea and Liverpool and Man U, they really need something extraordinary to come out of the slump. Surprisingly, with Man U, even with bad results, we're actually sitting sixth, which is shocking everyone. 6 points behind Man City, 10 points behind Liverpool at the top of the league. So you never know if things shape up, if we can go on a good run of games. You never know, we can creep into the top 4. The surprise package of everyone, I believe, is Aston Villa, sitting at number 3, beating both Arsenal and Man City in the same week. Have you guys watched some of the highlights of Aston Villa, which is the surprise package?
I didn't get a chance to watch that, but shows that they are pulling their weight in the top 5 there.
It's the top 5. I think them and Liverpool in the last 5 games, they've got the best form, unbeaten in 5 games, both them and Liverpool. 1-4, drew 1. The next team in form would be, surprisingly, Man United, 3 wins out of 5. And then Arsenal as well, 4 wins out of 5. So there's a few teams which are surprising. I don't think Man City will win. I think after winning the treble last season, it's pretty hard to motivate yourself after winning everything to come back again. But you never know, with Man City, they can go on a 15-game winning streak like they did the last few seasons. They always come back after Christmas strong and better. What are your thoughts on the current Man City crisis?
I think the players are quite demotivated, I think, because of the saga, including the groups, those penalties, those fines. Have they gone through, or it's just still
the potential charges which are there? There are potential charges which may affect a few things in their near future. But I think what you're talking about, demotivation, comes back to the point of them winning the treble, winning everything which was available. I think it's something which was historic, and picking yourself up to do the same thing over again, and winning the last 4 or 5 Premier Leagues, it really takes refreshing, changing the squad again. And I think they really didn't change over the squad like what you'd expect from a championship winning team, trying to sell off a few of the older players. But we'll see how we go. We'll see if they resurrect themselves in January. Hopefully Chelsea will do that, sitting at 12th after spending $1 billion, $2 billion.
What's happening with Chelsea? Is it still playing, or they are just giving up?
We'll leave that.
Look, man, I think what's happening here is a case of the team still trying to gel itself, the coach trying to do things. I don't know how much the management is in on the daily running of the team, but it just feels like something is not being done. It just feels like there's something missing, and we've not been able to address what's the root cause of why we're missing. Because if you watch almost all of the games, first thing that happens is we play good, and then we end up just fizzling out. 2, we create opportunities that are not being converted. So it's very clear. If we can see that from a layman's eyes, from the layman's perspective, why can't they see that? Like it's very clear. These are professionals, so there must be something that is blocking them being able to make moves that guarantee a win. I think a few episodes ago, I once alluded to the fact that if you're going to spend $1 billion on players, why are you not willing to spend $200 million on a star player that will ensure you get the goals, or at least even spend $250 million for 2-3 players that they're going to sit in midfield, that they're going to sit in the front, and they'll guarantee you goals, because already the midfield is all right, the defense is all right, but it's just the front element of it. The attacking midfielders, the people who score the goals that are just not, bringing home the goals, and that's what we need.
Are you saying Nico Jackson is not good enough?
He is good enough, but he's not delivering. He's not delivering. And then at this point in time, we're at a point where we're going to analyze on what you're supposed to be doing and what you're actually doing. So if you are a striker and if you're not bringing in the goals, we're asking you, where are the goals? If you are an attacking midfielder and you're not present in the midfield, and you're not present in the scoring of goals, then what are you doing? Why are you getting that paycheck? These are the questions that we need to start asking. They let go of what's this guy from AC Milan?
Giroud.
No. Inter Milan. Sorry, what's his name? No, it's AC Milan. This guy.
Lukaku.
No. This guy they let go. They didn't want to renew his contract. I'm forgetting his name.
Okay. Those are the people I've known who've gone to Italy from Chelsea. This one.
No, man. This young guy, this Portuguese guy. Anyway, they let him go. They didn't want to renew his contract. But at least he had a spark in that attacking midfield position. He didn't get as much goals as we would have wanted him to get. But look, man, he had something that was going, and that element has been missing from day one. And to be honest, at this point in this type of league, you need to place the right blocks where they are needed. If it's a midfielder, we need a midfielder. We don't want someone who potentially plays midfield. We need a midfielder. If it's a striker, we need a top-notch striker who we know is going to score the goals, beyond doubt. And that's what Chelsea is missing. If they're okay with having a younger squad that is going to deliver after 2-3 years, after gelling up, what have you, then that's okay. We shouldn't hear them saying, "Oh, we said Pochettino, oh, we did this," because that's their game plan. But for us, the supporters, we're always there to ask for points, my guy. We need the points, my guy.
That was me a few weeks ago.
Oh, jeez, man.
He's gotten it off his chest.
Oh, my God, man. We need people, bro. We need people to score.
I didn't even message him last week when we beat him. It was just obvious we were going to beat them, and I was just so quiet. I was just like, why?
I thought all the rage is coming from Man U slaughtering them last time.
Guys, when you see us quiet, we're dying inside, man.
Nah, that's all good. That's all good. So, yeah, that's the Premier League season at the moment. Newcastle, I think Newcastle has gone through a bad spell, lost the last 2 games. I was laughing with some of the mates saying that their Champions League final was against Man United when they beat us at St. James's Park. They've lost 2 on the bounce. So we'll see how they go. They're sitting on 7th, a point behind Man U. But again, both these clubs need European football to be in line with FFP, the fair financial rules, which are there in football at the moment. Both these clubs do need European football, and they're both sitting out of European football. Moving on to La Liga, we've got the surprise package Girona. We briefly touched on Girona. They're sitting 2 points ahead of Real Madrid, and they spanked Barcelona resoundingly at home, beating Barcelona 4-2. Again, that's part of the City group, the Man City group, Sheikh Mansour's group, and they're doing well. They've bought well. They've got a young coach, tactical coach, and you can see that they are taking some of Pep's ideas. I think Pep is the godfather of this whole Man City City group coaching tree now. And you can see that they're taking some of their footballing moves for Girona. But that's good, I think, for La Liga, because people are always used to hearing Barcelona, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Real Madrid. And it's good to have teams like Girona and Atletico Madrid at number 3, interfering, being the disruptors of the big boys. Particularly with Diego Simeone. I think a lot of people don't like his football style and his behavior, but I think he's built a culture in the last, 10 years now he's been there, of a hard-working, aggressive, dogfight team. You wouldn't want to face them in a Champions League group stage or knockout round because, they might pull out a surprise. Any thoughts on Real Madrid and Barcelona struggles at the moment? I know Tinas is still breathing after ranting and raving.
He's still processing the Chelsea quagmire there.
He's still
I still have points.
You still want to take us back to Chelsea? We'll do that next time.
No, don't worry. We'll do that next time.
Look, as I said, the La Liga season is interesting. Same again in the Bundesliga. The Bundesliga, you've got Bayer Leverkusen, which are top, and Bayern Munich lost 5-1 over the weekend. And they're coming to Old Trafford tonight, and they'll be a wounded animal. So I don't feel confident watching that game tomorrow morning, our time here. So, yeah, a lot of things happening in football.
I think, coming to Barcelona, like you see the last game that they had with Girona, the mistake, I think it lies down with the manager, because he was playing more of a defensive, whilst Girona was on fire.
Yeah, Girona was aggressive, was the aggressor.
Yeah, because they were playing that form 4-3-3, which is more stronger in the defense.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Girona took advantage of that.
Yeah, yep, very, very true points. Because I think with Girona's style of play, they rotate some of their midfielders, and the way they line up in a 3-4-2-1, having 3 defenders and 4 midfielders and 3 attackers, basically a 3-4-3, so which allows a lot of fluidity at the top. and overloads the midfield, which affected Barcelona. Something similar to what Pep is doing with Man City, or what made Man City win last season, where they were playing that 3-4-3 and overloading the midfield. So
Awesome.
it's an interesting season in La Liga. So let's keep our eyes on the La Liga season. So that's it for our usual sports section. In the NBA, the Lakers won the NBA in-season tournament, which is like their NBA's FA Cup. LeBron James winning the MVP. So I think that's what the NBA wanted. Their poster boy, their face of the league, winning the trophy, the first in-season tournament, and being the face and being the MVP, of that tournament. And I think the Lakers were undefeated all the way. I think they were only motivated for that. And listening to LeBron, he wanted to win it for his teammates, which is a good thing, because I think each player was getting 500,000. I don't think 500,000 would do a lot to change LeBron's life, but some of the players who are on lesser contracts can make a huge difference to them. So that shows.
So which tournament was this?
NBA in-season tournament.
NBA.
500K.
Yeah, for each player if they won.
Yeah, not bad, bro. Jump into that Lamborghini Urus, bro.
Yeah, that's it. So for some of the guys on, not long-term contracts, or, some of those game-to-game contracts, that makes a big difference to them. So I think that was good for LeBron, good for the league. I think in the next few years, that can be used as one of the greatest of all times in the NBA argument that Michael Jordan never won an NBA in-season tournament. You know how history is rewritten? 10, 15 years down the line. Come on,
man. Did they have it back then?
No, they didn't.
No.
But some people will add it to say, LeBron was the first NBA in-season tournament winner. You know how the GOAT argument can just evolve into different things. Some people use the Air Jordan as an iconic sneaker to show why Michael Jordan is the greatest, because LeBron's sneaker has failed. But again, that's what people are always trying to nitpick to win their argument for that. Who's the greatest in the NBA? I believe you can't talk about the NBA without talking about people like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, like Magic Johnson. But I think Michael Jordan was fortunate. It was in the transition where news was moving faster in the early 90s, the inception of cable TV. And he was fortunate enough to have that publicity just when information and technology is changing. So, and they could write the history that he wanted. But again,
I would also come in and say it's also fortunate that LeBron got into an element at a time where the element of sports science was also coming into play, where people are now being asked to score more, have more rebounds, score more twos, score more threes, score more this. Of course, I would say the best person who obviously benefited from sports science was someone like Steph Curry, who would just do the threes. He perfected the 3-point game, less contact, more points for the team, But obviously, people like LeBron, when you then look at how he plays and how Michael Jordan played, there's obviously a more drive for the points for a person like LeBron than Michael Jordan did. Michael Jordan had the flair. He played for the love of the game, whereas LeBron is a pure athlete. He's playing that competitive game and getting those needed points. So I feel like you can never really compare those two people. Though obviously I would, if ever I'm asked, not that you're asking
Jordan.
me,
You'd say Jordan.
if ever I'm asked, Jordan is obviously the greatest, because people like LeBron played basketball because of Michael Jordan.
Yeah, he's the GOAT.
Yeah.
I think for us, our generation is the GOAT. It's what it's what we understood. That's the bias we've got. The younger generation now, when they're 12, 13, our sons who are now getting into teenage, they know LeBron James. So to them, LeBron will be their GOAT.
But they're wearing Michael Jordans, bro.
Yeah, but they still want to get a Jordan.
Just tell them that. Just make sure you remind them that they're wearing Michael Jordan.
Yeah, my son is talking about LeBron James, but he's saying I want Jordans.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, the GOAT argument will always rage on. We can spend the whole day talking about Michael Jordan 6-0 in the NBA Finals, LeBron going to straight NBA Finals and winning only 4, and he's losing 6. So, but anyway, but he's the leading in points, and I don't think anyone will overtake that record. It might take 50 years for someone else to break that record at the pace he's going. And then in year 21, he's still arguably the best player. Michael Jordan didn't get to year 21. He took a break in between. So there's a lot of factors. If you really want to go and nitpick, I'm a Jordan. I'll say Jordan is the GOAT. But when you want to start to nitpick, you can see that LeBron has got an opportunity to overtake him if he can win another championship in the next 2 years. Because that means would have won his 5th championship in his 23rd year, leading scorer, leading in points.
Captain P, here's the thing. If you do something, reach accolades, simply because you're good at what you're doing, versus somebody who's going to reach accolades because they're chasing after you, there's a difference. The reason is he wants to be the best because he recognizes who is better than him. The only reason why he's chasing after those accolades are simply because he has somebody to beat. Exactly. And that alone settles everything. You can only be the best if you beat the best. But before he beats the best, he needs to acknowledge that there's somebody who is the best.
Okay. We'll